ले लिया ना 10 मिनट
Continue.
और
Continue.
I think like when we are
Two, three more questions.
going for a online purchase of a product, the past knowledge of the customer impacts on like whether you go for an online purchase. Because if you are have a vague idea of what you want, then usually people won't buy a entirely new product which they don't know on online. They would better prefer to know first hand like what the product is, and then only they would go for online if they are completely have no clue about what the product is. That's what I understand.
Okay, I have one more question. How easy is it to look when you're looking for high-end products which are costly, cost intensive? So then, do you prefer online medium or real life experiences?
Personally would prefer offline medium, the brick and mortar model, because if you're making a high-end purchase, it's a lot of involvement. So even if like I sold a car for my neighbors, he did not use the internet, so I posted his car on OLX, I think, and he did sell it like in a few, like in 10-15 days it got sold. But when you're selling, it's quite easy because you get a lot of buyers. But when you're buying and it's your first purchase, I think that makes it a lot more.
maybe it is a trust factor. If the offline guy can provide me the experience or the hand of reach, then I may go for an
The
online
trust factor is
purchase.
also regulated by the amount of money you are putting into them. So that also contributes.
And in fact, if I'm buying something worth 1 lakh or whatever, 50,000 maybe something, I would like to experience where my money is going. So even when we purchase, I personally purchased a mobile or a laptop, I would go on the site and I'll just look for the features, but then I'll go on the offline retailer and see that this is the one I want.
Okay.
But yeah, price is going to be a thing. So if like the online retailer is going to give me like 20% discount or something, and it's motivating enough for me to take the risk, then I'll go ahead with the online retailer.
So now the thing is that we are making this website which is going to sell cars online. What do you think should be the key features that will drive at least you guys to look for a car online? Because it's very cost intensive, it's very personal in nature, and you guys have some inhibitions. So
Something which can recreate the test drive experience, virtual reality or whatever you can do. Something which
And if it can guarantee after sales services, I think then maybe I would like to go for it.
Test drive is a must. Test drive is a must. You have to get a test drive service. in
It's
case
always
you
there. Even on online,
Yeah,
you
I
get
mean,
the
if
facility
they're
of
making a
test
website,
drive.
then that's a must. Yeah.
You should have some guy whom we can reach within hand's reach.
It should involve me more because it's a high price purchase. So I feel that I need to involve more in the purchase. So the website should provide me a lot of involvement.
Yeah, I think before making a purchase, there should be a facility for making this test drive available, because then only we could be sure about what we are going to get into.
So in fact, like talking about this model, the only thing which I can realize right now is that if you are making a website, you can have the features of the car coming to your home and you going on a test drive with that. But otherwise, I don't think so. It can be replaced completely to online. It can be made more convenient to online channels, but not completely.
Yeah, even
Maybe
streaming
online
for
channels,
the-
if I get in collaboration with some local dealers, then
Yeah.
So it should be more of clicks and not just clicks on models.
other than your inhibition about the first-hand experience of the drive, are there any other inhibitions that you might face when you are working on a website? Because if we include a test drive feature, would it be equivalent to a real life experience when you're going and talking to the person?
See, earlier the apparels and shoes and everything, people in India specifically, they didn't trust with the online payment models
Myntra
and
and-
the touch and feel experience. We want a lot of that. So earlier we were not buying them online, and we used to go to the shops and the malls. But now a lot of purchase has shifted from offline to online. So initially it is very difficult to get people to that mode. But when people get hooked to that mode, then it is difficult to get them off it. So now people have started purchasing those online, probably because it doesn't involve much money.
I
So
believe
for
that
this you need a lot of push in terms of initial purchases. But maybe yes, if it works out for say about even 3% of the population, I think people will start.
You have to consider
towards.
one more thing, that buying a car is a family opinion and a family picnic kind of a scenario. Okay, so online actually kills all of it.
Like everyone is involved in that decision, and people who are
So
like
people, like they are going,
like-
the child is sitting inside the car.
So people of older age, they tend to make an offline purchase, and if you say that, Baba, I booked a car today, that you'll get a meeting for it. So basically, you need to get involved, right? So like get everyone involved.
And talking about
If you can arrange some portal like entire family can sort it sit through there and talk with the customer executive, it could
Yeah,
be.
exactly.
Yeah, one other fact means which is a problem in the real and which can't be duplicated is like if you are going for a purchase of a car by loan, etc. There is a lot of documentation involved in the bank which you need to produce in the car dealership place. That virtually you can't substitute by an online. And another case would be like it would be usually cars are available here, but if we are booking a car which is outside, which is not present in the location, there would be more paperwork involved as to exporting this car to our location. So by means making it completely on an online would depend on how much of these documentation you are able to make it online.
Kirti. Okay, do you have any personal past experiences where you went and actually test drive the car and you had an experience of buying a car?
Yeah, I have had.
Would
So,
you mind telling us the good things about it and the bad things about it?
See, we bought a Scorpio. So we first narrowed in on the segment that we want to buy something in the 8 to 10 lakhs range. So then we went to Mahindra and also the Duster and all those places. So finally we zeroed in on Scorpio. So then we bought it on cash. So as in it was different, we didn't involve that paperwork of the bank and everything. But I think it has to be a smooth experience even if you involve loans and all. And the other employees who were sitting there and doing the financial things, they were pretty quick. Like people who had come in with us, they were also taking the car along, even if it involved. If you get your documents in and on time, so I think it is easy to process if everything falls on time. So
Also, it's the cost to time ratio. It's basically that if you are making a purchase, you would actually take the pain to go to the dealer, because if you're buying a product of let's say 100 or 200 rupees, the main thing is that proximity is an issue. You won't go to a place, you would find a thing like so you buy it online. But in this case, you would actually go to that place to take the pain, because it's a matter of lakhs.
So, do you think, I want to know general opinion about if there is any good thing, any better thing than the real life scenario if you buy something like a car online? What will be the benefits of it?
if you can actually provide the convenient paperwork, then offline it's okay.
I myself don't have to take much of an hassle, and I personally am assured that whatever the product I gain is a quality product and easily replaceable.
So if I actually imagine a website like that, what you guys supposed to do? I'm scrolling through the website and looking at the features and looking at the videos of whatever is there inside. Okay, this is the car which I want to buy. So all these cars I want to test drive. Select. Next day, all the cars are there in front of my test drive, which is going on.
Yeah, comparing vehicles is easy actually in online. In real
the
life.
comparison is easy because in real life you get tired of going to 3 places and then you're like final karo. But when you're sitting online, you have that option of looking at another and another. You save a lot of travel time and cost attached to traveling to different
So you
places.
can choose once and then call one for a
Yeah,
time.
you can
One
do
of the
that.
threats is that you may end up like Cardeco.com, because people will just compare and then buy it offline. Basically, so it's a major threat.
Okay. Why do you think? That fades.
Because you are providing all those features of comparing the cars, and all, but people don't have that tendency to buy it online right now. So I think.
So would that relate to the brand name?
More of those features will be used rather than the.
It's not about the brand or the website's brand per se, but I think it's because of the money involved. People
But
still don't.
given the fact that
trust
people
online.
love to check out the specs online on
Yeah.
cardeco.com, but they still buy offline, can this be a reason that they don't trust cardeco.com? Had Flipkart been selling it, would you have a
No,
better chance
I
of?
still
No,
think-
I think what she says is
I
true.
don't
Like
think
the
that-
cost is very high, so you won't go for an online unless you have reasonable trust in this.
In this region, there are two positives, like positives of Cardeco and positives of offline, not negatives anymore.
Thank you guys. Thanks a lot for the